Good morning, friends. This video is meant for all of us. Friends, the the result of success is not a big prize. Rather, it is the journey of creation. I repeat, the end result of success is not a big prize. Rather, it is the journey of creation. Friends, we often think that we are not achieving our goal, we are not getting a big prize or achievement, even though we are trying effortlessly. But that is what actually every human being expects. But the fact is that life is meant for, you know, beautiful creation. There is a story behind this. There was a young inventor. He was working on his project. He was experimenting to invent a device which could harness wind and generate energy such as electricity. He worked on his project tirelessly for several months, but he failed to achieve any result. He had a countless failure and rejections. Having been rejected and failed in his attempt, he was quite fed up, and he was lost in a sea of disappointment. The community mocked at his behavior and his effort. Even the family questioned at his sanity. He was very much disappointed. He was lost in a sea of disappointment. One day, while wandering across the crowded market, he heard a vendor selling toys. She was a woman. He went near her and saw that she has beautiful crafted toys made of wood. He asked, "How does she make these, beautiful toys?" She went on explaining that each part of the toy is beautifully crafted and all the parts are assembled to make this beautiful wooden toy to entertain the children. And she is very successful in her creation, having been impressed with her creative thoughts and idea and her creation. The young inventor went back to his workshop and started experimenting with different materials. He went on working tirelessly on his, project. And after a strenuous effort and tireless, attempts, after a few months, he succeeded in finding a device which could run or which could move a windmill and could generate a modest amount of energy, electricity. This very idea and concept later on became the basis for inventing wind power or wind energy, and that generating energy, particularly electricity, on a higher scale. This became really the pioneering effort of that gentleman, though his project was not a commercial success, but he could succeed in at least harnessing wind energy and generate modest amount of electricity. So for other inventors it became a base. So what does this story actually tell us? This story is very relevant and it is related to our real life experience. That what actually happens, that we are always focusing on the end result of our success. That if the goal has not been achieved, we always call it failure. But that's not the point. The result of success is not a big prize. Actually, it is a journey of creation itself. See, you have tried, you have worked on your project. Maybe you have failed to reach the final result, but your journey of creation, your journey of invention, your journey of efforts, countless efforts, are more important than the big result. Children in real life, or people who are entrepreneurs, or those who are businessmen or job seekers, there are innumerable stories they have failed in the first attempt, second attempt, but they have learned from their failures. We always learn from the failures and gain from the success. Once failure, twice failure doesn't mean that your efforts are useless. You should not be lost in the sea of disappointed. You should try to find out, analyze what actually has gone wrong, and then try to introspect and restart. The scientists who have been working in the laboratory several times, they fail to find out the device. Even the device which they have invented have several fallacies. They went on correcting, they went on modifying, they went on reshuffling their process. So it is very important to focus on the process rather than getting focus on the result. Children generally count their success by saying that they have, whether they have cracked the exams or they've got 99 percentile or 100 percentile. Actually, percentile is not the index of success. It is not the big prize of result. How much they have tried, what efforts they have put to bring a success, whether they have really worked with the zeal and gesture, enthusiasm, and whether they have tried something new to find a way to succeed, whether their journey of success has continued and finally become a lesson and inspiration for others. Many a time they may not succeed, but they should keep trying, they should keep reshuffling their method, they should keep changing their ways, and eventually they are going to reap with success. So friends, the end result of our success is not a big prize, it is rather a journey of creation. Those people who are creative, they keep on thinking some new ideas all the time. If they have failed, if their one idea has failed, they keep on changing their thoughts and perception, and they use the second thought and second idea. That way they keep on working, and eventually they succeed. There is nothing like that, that they will remain a failure for the whole life. They will succeed. And so that is a big lesson for everybody, that we should focus more on the process, on the effort, rather than the end result. And that is what I wanted to sum up, friends. Thank you. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Easy English by Eddie Singh.